So the United States has a problem, and according to many experts, there is no way to fix this unless we pretty much cripple the entire economy. So I'm going to address what's going on here, why this is so troubling at this time, and what lawmakers plan on doing about this. But here's a little tip, here's a hint. They're going to do nothing because they really can't. So I will address what's going on here in just a moment. All I ask is one thing, takes 2 seconds. Go ahead and hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now let's begin. So the United States has another problem. But what else is new? We always have a problem. There's always some situation, there's a crisis, and nothing ever gets done. Well, this is what we know now. As of right now, the United States economy could take a hit very soon. If it does, it's going to impact every single person here in the United States. It's going to impact the entire world as well. And this is going to not cripple the United States, but this is going to push us backwards a little bit. Now, where is all this coming from? Well, here's what's happening as of right now. The United States economy added 216,000 jobs in December. This article says it ended 2023 with a bang. Okay. But what does that have to do with the United States potentially coming to a halt, right? Our economy being crippled. Well, here's the reason why. It's because of the border crisis. According to experts, the Biden administration is allowing too many people into the United States. All these people are fighting for jobs. They want to work. They want to provide for their family, whether it's here in the U.S. or their family back home in whatever country they're from. They want to work. They want to earn an income, earn a wage, and send money home. Now, that could potentially hurt us here in the U.S. Here's the reason why. Experts say that right now, the amount of jobs that we have available are dropping. Companies are not hiring like they used to. You drive up and down the street, you're not going to see now hiring on every single billboard like you used to. That's not happening anymore because now companies have opted to go a different direction, or they see that they're not making a lot of money, so they can't hire new employees. That's one problem. The next problem is there's now too many people here in the United States that are trying to get a job. And if more people are looking for a job, but there's only so many jobs, okay, so the supply of jobs is here, but the amount of people demanding a job is here, guess what? Your pay is going to be less because there's more options. Okay, that's the key. There's more options. But if you think the Biden administration is going to come out and stop all asylum seekers, stop all migrants coming into the United States, it's not going to happen. In fact, they're actually trying to make it easier. Just look at this. The Biden administration, they're asking the Supreme Court to allow border agents to cut the razor wire that was installed by Texas at the border to prevent people from coming in. Well, guess what? That razor wire has proven to be somewhat effective in slowing down the migration of these people. So, if we cut the razor wire, we remove it, more people would enter into the United States at a faster rate. And that's what experts are concerned with. So, here's what we know. What we're hearing is that the concern is that allowing too many migrants into the country at this time would actually hurt and cause more pain for the American people. Some lawmakers are pointing to the fact that asylum seekers are going after the easiest jobs. These are going to be things in like agriculture. I'm not saying anything about those jobs. Some of those jobs are grueling. Those are very difficult jobs, but that's what they know. So that's what they come and they do. All right. That's where lawmakers say by them taking those jobs, it means the people that were turned down for other jobs, maybe a little bit higher, a little bit, right above that, if they got turned down for that job and this is their only option, but now asylum seekers are coming in and taking those jobs, well, it leaves Americans without the ability to work because now they can't go and get the one job that they probably could have gotten. Again, maybe a little too late, but that is something that they're concerned with. Now, where do we go from here? Well, we have to fix the border crisis. And this is where some say that it's going to go from bad to worse because the Biden administration cannot fix this border crisis. They can't do anything about it. The U.S. seriously has a problem and it cannot fix it. It can't fix it because if the United States fixes it, somebody is going to pay the price. And as of right now, the person paying the price will be the president himself. Just listen to this. Experts say that due to the election this year, President Biden cannot pass a sweeping border bill or he risks hurting his chances of getting reelected. But if President Biden doesn't pass a bill, that will also hurt his chances because Americans are seeing what is happening at this time and as a result of our open border policies. So, do you know what's happening right now? Well, here it is. The White House is attempting to flip the script on House Republicans over this border crisis. They're trying to push it back onto Republicans. Now, the one thing I can say is that under former President Donald Trump, and when Republicans were more in charge, our border crisis was not what it is today. Now, if we see some type of bipartisan bill get pushed through over the next couple of weeks, over the next few months, that could potentially be a good thing for Democrats because as of right now, they have to do something. We cannot leave the border open the way it is right now. It's creating a massive crisis, and if something isn't done, things will only get worse here in the United States. Now, where do we go from here? Well, what we know is that this coming week on Monday, the Senate will be back in session. On Tuesday, the U.S. House of Representatives will be back in session. They will start negotiating. They'll start figuring out, can we move forward with some bill? According to reports, next week, we will have some type of border policy and border funding bill. Don't know what's going to be included or exactly what it's going to look like, but according to reports, next week, we are going to get something that hopefully can be voted on. Does this close down the border? It won't close the border, but it would make it much harder to enter into the United States. With that said, this is also one of the reasons why we're starting to see more people show up at the U.S.-Mexico border because they understand that things could change very soon. And based on what we're hearing on the Mexico side, is more people are being told to enter into the United States as quickly as possible if you want to. Because there's a slight chance that soon the border could become much more secure. Now, I don't know if that's the case. I'm somewhat skeptical that we get a bill in the next couple weeks or in the next couple months. It's going to be very difficult because, like many people are saying, President Biden, if he agrees with Republicans at this point, after 3 years of his border policies not working, he is pretty much just telling the American people that I failed, I didn't do a good job with the border, and Republicans have a better solution. If that's what he's going to tell the American people, what do you think that's going to look like in this upcoming election? So, here's what we are kind of expecting. The Biden administration is going to try to push all responsibility over to Mexico. Mexico will try to deter people from coming into the United States. If this happens and it works, and President Biden can get reelected, Democrats can keep control over the Senate and maybe do something in the House of Representatives. Well, then next year, after the election, that is when President Biden would do some type of sweeping reform. Because what we are hearing is that there is no way we can sustain this amount of illegal immigration into the United States. It cannot happen. The numbers are just too big. We do not have the resources here in our states or our cities in order to house that many people. So, As we move forward, just understand, experts are telling us we are going to go from bad to worse before anything gets better. So that's what we know at this time. As always, as I know more, I promise I'll come back on and share all the latest news and updates, but that is what we know as of today. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.